Hey everyone, I hope all of you are having a great day. If you're new here, I would like to give you a warm welcome and say thank you for tuning in to today's video. Okay, so with the madness and craziness and chaos and panic going on around us, I just want to give you all encouragement. So as you all are aware, I'm sure you all are, the coronavirus is going on right now, and it is a pandemic that is worldwide, and a lot of people are living in fear. I mean, I literally went to the grocery store the other day and all of the toilet paper is gone, everyone is just being quarantined, and so this is definitely a time where people are living in fear. But I just want to let you all know that that is not from Jesus Christ. For we're, like it says in his word, that we were given a spirit of peace and of a sound mind. And so yeah, I just want to dive deeper into that and kind of go over a couple of things. So first thing I want to go over is just the signs of the end times. Like, I believe that Jesus Christ is coming back soon, and so I'm gonna read a few verses from the Gospel of Luke, and then I plan on going over a story from the Bible with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I'm sure all of you are familiar with that story, but if you're not, we're gonna dive into that. And then I'm gonna go over a psalm that is super encouraging during this time. So let me go ahead and dive in. So starting in Luke chapter 21, verses 8. He replied, "Watch out that you are not deceived. For many will come in my name, claiming I am he, and the time is near. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and uprisings, do not be frightened. These things must happen first, but the end will not come right away." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes, famines, and pestilences in various places, and fearful events and great signs from heaven." Then it says, "But before all this, they will seize you and persecute you. They will hand you over to synagogues and put you in prison, and you will be brought before kings and governors, and all on account of my name. And so you will bear testimony to me. But make up your mind not to worry beforehand how you will defend yourselves. For I will give you words and wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to resist or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents, brothers and sisters, relatives and friends, and they will put some of you to death. Everyone will hate you because of me, but not a hair on your head will perish. Stand firm, and you will win life." And so these are some of the signs of the end times. And so as this pandemic is happening, like the coronavirus is happening right now, that is a sign of the end times, and eventually Jesus Christ will come back soon. And we can stand firm and stand strong right now, because we know, because first of all, it's prophesied in the Bible, and we can ultimately look up to the sky and have hope and know that Jesus Christ is with us during this time. So we shouldn't live in fear. And so with that, I want to go to the story of Daniel. And so I'm actually doing a Bible study through the book of Daniel right now. And it's from Proverbs 31 Ministries. I love this so much. Like, see, it says, like, Daniel, holding firm in the face of fear. See, I love it so much. And it gives you these questions and like about like how can you apply this to your life and stuff like that. And so I really love it. So you can find that on their website, proverbs31ministries.com. I think I'll link it below. Okay, so today I actually read Daniel 3:19 through 30, and it basically was so far what I've read. So King Nebuchadnezzar reigns over Babylon, and King Nebuchadnezzar built this gold statue. And so there are people, whenever they hear the trumpet sound and music play, people are supposed to bow down to this gold statue and worship it. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they refuse to bow down because they're like, this is not our God. Like, this is not the God of heaven that we worship. And so they did not compromise. They were like, we're not going to worship this false god or this statue, this idol. And so yeah, so they like, in the face of fear. And so basically King Nebuchadnezzar said that if you don't bow down, then you're going to be thrown into this furnace. Okay, and so I'm basically giving you a synopsis of this. I'm not going to read it all, but so Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow down, and so King Nebuchadnezzar ordered the fiery furnace to be set 7 times higher than it normally is, right? And so it actually says in the book of Daniel that the people that threw them into the furnace were actually killed because of how hot it was. That's how hot it was. And so they were in the fiery furnace, and then King Nebuchadnezzar sees this 4th person in the fire with them, and he's like, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come out of the fire. And he sees that not even a hair on there. They don't even smell like smoke. So basically, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused, even though I'm sure they were scared. I'm sure they were frightened by this, but God is greater than that. They knew that God is greater than the fear. They knew that God is greater than King Nebuchadnezzar, and they knew that God was greater than the fiery furnace that they were about to be thrown into. And it actually says they had so much confidence in God that they said, we know. He said, we're not gonna bow down to your God, and we know that our God will deliver us from this fiery furnace. But even if he doesn't, that's really good. He said, even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of the gold you have set up. So they refused to compromise and to bow down, and they stood firm in truth. And so I just want to let you all know that God is bigger than the coronavirus. God is he's much more powerful than the coronavirus, and he's ultimately in control. And we need to have that confidence during these times. We need to be confident enough to say, okay, Lord, yes, this pandemic is going around right now, but and you can even say like, and even if I do get the coronavirus, I know that you're ultimately in control, and I trust you and I love you. I know that's how much confidence I want to have right now. And so I'll pray that all of you receive that confidence as well. Just be confident in Jesus, and be confident that he will deliver you and he'll protect you. Okay, and so finally, the last thing that I want to go into is this psalm. So I'm going to read Psalm 91, 1 through 11. So it says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, 'The Lord is my refuge,' and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent, for He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." So if we just trust in the Lord and just believe that He'll protect us during this time, He will. That's exactly what His word says. So find refuge in Him today and believe that He is greater than any disease, any pestilence, any plague. He's above all of that. Always remember that Christ has made you worthy and refined.